You were born in Connolly?
I was born in the Connolly, which back further than my case care to say. So I was only about between 3 and 4 from when mother died, which was, left all the pressure over in my father. I had 2 other brothers. One of them was brought away by relations and reared.
Your mother died when you were 3 or 4, is that what you said?
That's right.
Yeah. That's sad.
Well, we're all right, but my father was a great man. He kept the whole thing going inside and outside, and he always wore the contented man shirt. He had a mind. He was never one of those ones that was hopping around. He didn't mind what he was. He didn't want to be in the public house, or he didn't want to be in the racetrack. He had no deep interest in any of them things because, on to my mother that being there, the whole pressure was on him, like his mind was in that, you see.
And did he lose the joy of life, or did he just was happier?
He didn't lose it much because he was a bit like that. There was no other man around the vicinity like him that had a mind, a contented mind that could go through what he went through. He had the willpower to do it, and he kept calm. So he wanted to keep in friends with everyone and make no enemies, nor cause no sort of trouble in any way.
Isn't that lovely?
But it was an awful fight in a man.
And what was the tragedy that happened to your mother? How did that happen?
TB at the time, which was the main killer at the time.
Yeah. TB. Did a lot of people die of TB in those days?
They did.
Yeah. So did you actually see any music growing up?
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't see it growing up. Like, it's only when I was watching it on the radio, for a good little time when they started going out to fishes or, maybe the sessions and said one few of those ways. So it was only when I was party or a dance to take place in a neighbouring house and that kind of thing.
So let's say you're 16 or 17 years old, 18 years old in Connolly, and there's a party. What happened? Would there be always musicians at those parties?
Oh, there'd be no party. There was such an amount of music, of course, and the sets would be dancing. Sure, there was that yet on the go at the time, It was,
and were there people that didn't want that? Was there anybody around that said, I don't want to be listening to jigs and reels for a party?
No, but you see, when they were at the party, had let it go by what was going on inside the windows of the house.
yeah. Well, let's say there was so it was most parties was a concertina player in the corner or a fiddle player in the corner, and you dance sets. Was that the way it went?
It was. The concertina was the most likely. There was a good few ones. They might be great. There were a good few ones. There was well able to play for a sit outside, single outside. Ones that had nothing at all to do with the Connolly band, like that.
Yes. They're the ones I'm interested in.
There was a Jack O'Hare.
Yeah.
His son had been married to my first cousin. There was a girl there by the name of meaning she'd been Nancy. Who followed up Tony McMahon, where he came from. Tony McMahon and the man over, the McNamara man.
Andrew.
Their parents came from Whitehorn.
Is that right?
They did.
I thought they were scared. Yeah, good. Yeah.
So Tony was there. Tony McMahon is an uncle of
Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did, yeah. And Tony's Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you are. You're well known around County Clare as a man that appreciates music, and you're known to get a nice seat and attend a nice session of music, and to enjoy yourself and to have a nice smile on your face if there's a good tune going. Are you enjoying the music these days?
I am enjoying it. But I fancy my own tunes my own favourite tunes make an awful difference. If a good fiddler plays a tune that I don't like, I get no satisfaction out of it. Huh?
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
And if a middling fiddler plays my favourite tune, it's great.
And what's your favourite tune?
Huh?
What's your favourite tunes? Name a few.
I'd have to name out 15 or 16.
Name out 3. Name 3.
Well, we say the Shoemaker's Daughter,
Oh, lovely.
the Duke of Leicester, Tim Maloney,
Lovely.
and we'll say there's a few more.
They're great tunes, and not your regular tunes. Shoemaker's Daughter, particularly. It's great, lovely tunes. Yeah. So who do you? Is it mostly Clare musicians you'll be listening to at the moment, or in the last 15, 20 years?
What Clare?
It would be Clare musicians.
Well, yes, but I all the time got sort of associated with the musicians in my own county, like, but you might hear ones that you never heard before from Sligo and gone went a few more places, and your mind would be carried away that you'd have to be admitting, that you can't be putting Clare in the map.
Well, these days, of course, you can turn on the radio almost at any time in the day, and you'd hear jigs and reels. But when you were growing up, it was just Ciarán McMahon on a Sunday morning, wasn't it? He wasn't even there, I suppose.
You had to go back before the time. There was no radio in any house, only one. There was near me, and we were watching for the Kilfenora band and the King Cora band, and a few of those bands that used to play, and they wouldn't appear only once in 6 months, and you'd be pure start.
This is the radio now.
Huh?
On the radio.
That's right.
Yeah,
and Leo Rosen maybe was Saturday night, and the neighbours would be gathering in.
Is that right?
Was.
To hear a tune.
He was the only piper, sir, and at that time, when he had such a name on him.
Is that right?
Leo Rosen?
Yes.
There was no word about Willie Fancy or any of the present day pipers, like. But I mean, if he would hear the young ones, he wouldn't have on head. If he would have what him head, you wouldn't have such a well on him.
Yes.
Would you agree with it?
Well, I wouldn't have the
Well, I mean,
yeah.
you couldn't turn him down. He was powerful, like.
But would that be because he was on the radio?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have heard that much music then?
I wouldn't.
No, not compared to what we'd have today.
Oh, no. These two concertina players that was around, they wouldn't show up if there was a soiree on, and the good players of the Connolly band, like, they'd play for a good part of the night and do their part, like, but they wouldn't be there in the part of the night for to start off the thing, and you'd have those single-handed concertina players, and they'd dance their sets with their music just as good as the band, like. As clear, like, they did.
Why did they think it was bad?
I don't know. First of all, Guinness, there was one parish priest and he was known to think Guinness poured the hot bomb, which was a poison to hear, But I tell you, it was the priest that was wrong on that occasion.
Yes. But they did put a stop to it, did they?
Well, they put down the leg for to do what they could do anyway, slow down, like, I don't know, it came up again.
Yeah, yes.
They might be drinking heavy, like, if they had, if you were said in the night, if they were playing music, of course, they deserve to be well treated.
Yes. Yeah. So you knew Paddy Murphy?
Huh?
You knew Paddy Murphy and Tom Eustace. Were they names from around that side?
They were named, and reasonable men maybe for to drink porter, you see, but that play their music, Tom, that play their music with satisfaction and be enjoying their music and enjoying the dancers just as well. Because Tom was that class, like, and she's out in the morning and Tom would get good, like, because the rest of the musicians would be gone home and there'd be awful demand for them then.
Tom Eustace.
Oh yes.
What other names were there? What other names would you remember that played in these parties?
What we say, so what they do was the king of the players, the great fiddler. He was the king of the band nearly, even though that he was awkward maybe for managing and ringing around. He was game enough.
Yes.
And you see, and he wanted a lot to be made of him. When he come in the door, you have to start treating him right away, to the highest pitch.
He knew his value.
He knew he was a valuable man, and that no one was able to do what he was able to do, and he had that was right, but he was he was taking a bit of the wood out of his back.
Yeah.
Huh?
Lovely, yeah. So, what musicians do you like that you'll be listening to now? Who gives you the satisfaction?
at the present day.
At present day, who around that you're listening to?
Sure, I tell you, there are so many, I'm satisfied with the music of a lot of players.
I associate you with one man in particular, Pat O'Connor.
I am, as you said, sociable and the old, a bit of the old style of playing and the old tools. I am satisfied.
Yeah. Would you go up to any Clancy Week in Milltown?
Yeah, well, a few days. I paid a visit there every year, but sometimes in the early years, I got better value out of it in the 80s because I was more anxious for music, like, and it was all new to me, like, in these terrible musicians don't than out the way and every place where I used to tape music, I thought it was powerful.
Yes.
Powerful.
And then you got more used to it, is it?
I did.
Yeah.
And I had a real appetite when I started working in about 1984 or 5.
I remember.
It was real good then.
Yeah.
Real good.
It was new for you.
It was all new one. And I was hungry for music, as I say.
Why did you not go out much before that?
Well, I had no car, like, and my father was living, so I wanted, and you would come down at the time that we would be saving the hay, and you'd be caught up in that kind of two, and now I've started on your own, like. And
did it end up with yourself and your father living together in the house?
It did.
Yes. How was that?
Huh?
How was that? What way? What was it? A good way of living? Did two of you get on?
We would get on. It was only when I was young and kind of all go to the door. One time, he had more value over than my other two brothers than me. And in the last 9 or 10 years of his life, no one in the world to do him, only me.
Good.
That's the way it finished.
So,
in fact, he didn't even mention their name.
Is that right?
That's right. Because I was a kind of a lazy go type that was kind of looking after him, and he could trust me for everything.
So he was a farmer, and you became a farmer as well. Did you took the farm and helped him with the farm?
Except that you have a travelling mind that you have headed off for England or America, like, you know, to either that, stay around or else do that, make for the farthest stop point of Australia or America.
And you stayed around. Did you have a big farm of land, Pat?
It was bad though. There was 42 acres in it, but there was either 10 acres in it. There was no animal at all going into it. There was a white grass road and bogged in, and the poorest type, like. So
did that mean was money a problem?
Was everyone would have to take with extra money if they got it, like, you had to, year before the door was introduced or anything, you had to exist in what was going. And
was that hard?
Huh?
Was that hard for you? Were you all right?
I was, because
you had your garden.
If you were born into a thing, if you weren't getting anything for nothing, you won't be expecting it.
Yes.
I had a garden, a fair good garden, and we had bog in our own place, so the turf was there of our own to cut it out, like.